I'm searching. I'm searching. You know, a lot of people, they're searching, they're trying different things, and this didn't work, and this didn't work. Or maybe if I found something, there's got to be a little trick to this. You know, maybe it's like a immunity idol hidden in a piece of wood. Sorry, hidden in a piece of wood. Um, but there's got to be an answer. Well, that's. I was born a little fat kid. My nickname actually was Chunky. That's what my grandfather nicknamed me, Chunky, as a small kid. Great bakers in the family, great cooks in the family, um, and you know where that leads. The standard American diet. But it's funny that if you look ancestrally, a proper human diet is almost like the standard American diet flipped upside down. So what happened? Most of my life, I was always a fat kid, and I tried calorie restrictions. I tried all kinds of different things to try to get weight off. Protein shakes, um, running, or the whole thing: run, move more, eat less. Slowly started to find out that 80% of what I put in my mouth was more effective than the 20%. If I'm going to put it as a whole capsule of what would make me lose weight. So, hi, my name's Rich. I'm the Damascus Road Trucker. I'm in I was in North Carolina. We now live in Florida. I love it down here. I mean, look at this. I get to drive around in a truck, deliver building products, so I can't complain. But part of us coming down here was I wanted a healthier lifestyle, and you're the sum of the people that surround you, right? That's what I thought. And so I looked around at all these people that were in great shape, thinking, how could I learn from these people? Scouring the internet, doing all kinds of different things. My problem is I was a sugar addict. I was a carb addict. It was like pastries and casseroles and big burritos and cinnamon rolls. And my sister has a gourmet bake shop in the Columbia River Gorge on the border between Oregon and Washington. Mom was a great cook and a baker. My wife is a great cook and a great baker. And at one time, the highest I ever was 247 pounds. Right now, I weigh 188. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. And it's all because of the carnivore diet. So what happened? I just got heavier and heavier and heavier, eating whatever I wanted, drinking whatever I wanted. And I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And maybe you're feeling that same way. You're being sick and tired, being sick and tired. And you've seen different videos about the carnivore. I'm the real deal. I'm the real deal. So, through the grace of God, He afflicted me or put on me for a little while a heart condition. It wasn't beating just right. Different things were happening. And so I go out for a walk one day. A normal walk, heck, I used to jog 5 and 6 miles a day. And I go for a walk just down from our house in North Carolina, and I go down this hill, and I can't get back up the hill. I'm running out of gas. I'm running out of oxygen. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And so what happens is I'm thinking, I can't call my wife and have her come get me because she's going to freak out. So I creep my way back up the hill and get to the house. And we have one of those cardio mobile things that I bought for my dad. And he's had heart conditions. My sisters have had heart conditions. Now, hindsight 2020, we all eat the same. And basically, I'm hospitalized. I'm taken to the emergency room, and I have AFib. My resting heart rate's 48 to 52. My heart rate's between 160 and 191, and I'm freaking out, because I don't want to be on blood thinners and all the other different things. And so it calms down. I put a bunch of drugs in me and calms my heart rate down, and I'm just like, something's got to change. My father's on 13 different medications he takes, half of them twice a day. Both my sisters have had ablations because of their heart issues. My mother's heart is so bad that I think it's so bad that they basically said we can't do nothing about it. Just write it up. Yeah, chicken. Go over and get some fresh eggs out here in the country, as you can see right next to the country. Uh, so they'll calm down in a minute. And so I'm like, something's got to change. Something's got to change. And plus, I'm a CDL holder, and so a heart issue that ends a career. Diabetes ends a career. High blood pressure, all these different things ends a career when you drive a truck. So start searching different things, and I came across Ken Berry, like everybody does, Dante Ferrigno Freedom, and gonna go down this rabbit hole. I love meat and steak anyway, so I start going down it and thinking I could maybe do this: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, beef, butter, bacon, eggs. Are you kidding me? So I start on that journey about a year ago. I lose 7 pounds right off the bat. I'm like, okay, whatever. At that time, I weighed 227, 228, and so just start chowing down, and then I start seeing the some people eat 3 times a day, 2 times a day, whatever, and I start learning about ketosis and how your body will burn fat as fuel instead of the sugar if you pull the carbs out. So I started doing that, started feeling better, started losing weight, started feeling a little better. My AFib thing starts to calm down, and I basically only have 2 more AFib issues after that. I was trying to golf and play some pickleball down here in Florida. I couldn't walk from hole to hole. I couldn't go for 2 rounds. I'm talking about volleys back and forth in pickleball. And at 57, are you kidding me? We came down here for an active lifestyle, and I was heartbroken, for lack of a better term. So there's so many things that affected me. I had to put it on a list. And here's one. The big one, the AFib issue, the heart issue. I don't have it anymore. Well, I still have it, I guess, but it doesn't affect me, however you want to talk about it. My joints, I'd used to get up every morning and my joints would be killing me. My shoulders, my hands, my wrists, and I was a heavy equipment mechanic prior to being a truck driver. So that's a huge thing, the aches and the pains. More energy. As men get older, your testosterone in your 30s goes down, and your just interest in intimacy sort of takes a nosedive. But that all is with the carbs and the sugars and the ultra processed foods that suppress that testosterone. And I did not want to go on a TRT. I Why did years and years ago, hundreds of years ago, there wasn't an issue with that, but all of a sudden there is now. Makes you think. Muscle growth and tone. Here's the weird thing. I've always had trouble with push-ups, sit-ups. I could never do a pull-up. I was too fat or too weak. I do 100 modified push-ups a day, and maybe I'll show you in videos coming on what I do on the truck that I'm on as far as I do modified pull-ups off the trailer. My muscle tone growth in my life has never reacted like it does right now. I'm 57, and even when I lifted weights in college, nothing ever reacted the way it does now. Tone of my skin. Of course, as you get old, you get a little bit of the crepey skin, you know, a little ashy skin, whatever. But as I've lost this weight, I don't get that Ozempic look, like my face looks more sunken in. I mean, I'll explain more of my eyebrow situation in another video, but my eyes aren't sunken in. It's just that the fat around my temples, my eyes is less. So you can see more structure of my skull, but my body too, my chest muscles, my neck muscles. I never knew I had, that's a running joke, collarbones. Hadn't seen them since college. Cramping in your legs and feet. Wake up in the middle of the night, feel like somebody's stabbing me in my calf or stabbing me in my toes. It's just, I had no idea that would go away, which is great. But I also take some drops, some different stuff called keto chow, and these potassium drops that adds more minerals in, just to make sure it helps out with some things. This is the thing that I just took for granted it was a thing. You know how you sit there sometimes and you're like something's floating across your vision, floaters. Uh, Doctors had told me that's just part of getting old and it's scar tissue within your eye. All right, whatever. I have not had any eye floaters in 9 months. Zero, nada, none. You know, you get up in the morning and you blink your eyes, you're like shaking your head and they float around. It's a protein issue in your eyes. And all those ultra processed foods, those carbs, mess with the fluid within your eye. Uh, it's crazy. Even my eyesight, I still wear glasses, but I'm a little bit opposite. When I read, I have to take my glasses off. I don't need readers. So that's a crazy thing. The brain fog. Now, I'll admit, I'm a bit of a squirrel. I mean, you can notice because I look away from the camera and look around because it's like the shiny little things dangling. And then I'm like, oh gosh, what's that? That's a personal issue. But as far as the brain fog, the fuzziness, I can go eat, say, a piece of pumpkin pie with Cool Whip on it, a pecan pie. Um, there's a place here where I live called King Donuts. They have the best. It's only got 2 shops in all of this part of Florida. They're old fashioned, chocolate glazed, to die for. I'll have brain fog for 2 days because of that sugar rush. I'm just telling you. And I am a carb addict. I consider myself a recovering alcoholic. I have an addictive personality. And it's hard. I fight it every day. And so, bum, bum, bum. What do we get to now? How much did he lose? I'll tell you. I weighed 227, 228 a year ago. I now bounce between 190 and 188, 187, somewhere there. I've lost 40 pounds. Have I lost 100 pounds like some of these guys? But I didn't need to lose 100 pounds. But I haven't weighed what I weigh right now since I was a freshman in college. 19 years old. I do more push-ups now than I did when I was in the military. I would just basically get to the threshold to pass. It makes no sense. Or does it? The proper human diet is what makes sense. So I feel like I want to run down the street and tell people about this because nobody told me. I feel like I was always flipping over rocks, flipping over sticks, looking behind the damn tree. And it was right here in front of me. Just like I showed you guys. It was right here. And it gets better every day. And do I still socialize and do stuff with other people and we go to parties and within our neighborhood? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? The journey is individual. The journey can be individual for you. And I'm here to tell you this is the Holy Grail. It isn't like Indiana Jones, and the cup that you drink from and you retain your youth. But I'm telling you right now, I wish I would have found this out 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and I wouldn't be in the shape I am in right now. Do I still have other issues? Yeah, absolutely. I still have an autoimmune disease, not debilitating, but I've had Lyme disease twice. And I think that's dealt with other autoimmune issues, but I feel better than I ever have that I can remember, I guess I should say. Of course, when you're in your teens and early 20s, you think you're invincible. I'm not trying to go back there, but I feel like it's my job to possibly share this with as many people as possible. And that's why I've sort of just been quietly on this journey, just for my own education and figuring out how it works for me. And hopefully I can share it with you guys. And if you have any questions, go ahead and send me a message, leave me a comment, give a thumbs up if you want more of this type of content. I feel really blessed that I came across this. And until next time, everybody, this is Damascus Road Trucker Rich, and we are heaven bound with the hammer down.